Hey there, welcome to Metal Sharpens Metal. My name is Daniel, and I'm glad you're here. This, I anticipate being a little bit of a longer video. This is the first time I've done something like this, but today I want to go over the entire album called Solemn from a band called In Vain. If you have not heard of In Vain, I will not fault you for it, but you will need to go listen to them after watching part of my video. This band is so cool. I'm super excited to get to this one today. And I actually, this is their newest album, but it came out in 2024 last year. I had wanted to get to it that year, didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. And they just were hit with so much turmoil last year. One of their vocalists left the band. He stepped down, nothing dramatic, I don't think, but he just didn't want to be in the band anymore. And then their lead singer, Sindra, who had been battling cancer for the second time and actually wrote one of these songs about that, he actually passed away a few months after that, at the end of the year. So I hope I can do justice with this album review. I wanted to do it in his memory because I think that this is the best work of his career. I think this is In Vain's best album. I think Sindra was on point with everything that he did vocally. So yeah, I want to do it in his memory, and I hope you guys enjoy it even half as much as I did, because this is this is one of my favorite albums of all time. I mean, it is up there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go check it out. Did I just forget to record the entire first take of this song? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm just gonna let it go and go through it again. Like I said, this isn't a true reaction. Like I've heard this album before, but it's been a while. It's been many months. So this is like genuine, like reliving the amazing experience again. Because this isn't a concept album, I'm going to stop at the end of each song and just discuss the meaning briefly, based on my understanding. But I would highly recommend that you go and dive in further yourself if you like this, because it is so good, so worth it. So, okay, first one. Shadows flap their black wings. And there's Sindra. That like higher pitched over the riff, that's very In Vain. So Sindra's got a super powerful growl, right? Like, it's so good. Love that. And then this. And like his singing is so good in and of itself. And his call and response, that is classic In Vain. I love whenever they do that. Oh my gosh. The driving double bass. It's not like blazing fast, that's not the point. There's just so many feels, and I'm just covered in goosebumps every time I hear this. You might hear that horn section coming in. Oh my gosh. And then the proggy key change. They get their proggy moment in there. Yeah, like the intro of this song is just so driving, and that riff with the double bass. So I just now picked it up. That riff was 4/4, and then they changed to this, which sounds really similar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you get your 7/4 prog moment in there. Oh, yeah. And then they apparently filmed across multiple seasons for this video because there's some snow at the end. Their two vocals together, they're super brutal and super high-pitched. Gosh, I can't even, as the kids used to say. And it's like each time he adds in a harmony, when they repeat this chorus, they get higher and higher. Check out this last bit. I can't even imitate that without embarrassing myself. That's just so good. Super tasteful solo, soulful, those harmonies. Oh. Then they got the chorus vocal line to end it off. Got the horn section. Oh man. This song is just so majestic. So huge. Oh, so good. So yeah, some of the lyrics, we've got Black Moon Rising, Intrusive Thoughts, Compulsive Disorder, Poison of the Mind and Soul. I mean, something dark mentally is going on, depression, anxiety, you know, and if you can't relate to this at all, then thank God for that. And the chorus has this really big uplifting melody, right? Like it's dark-ish, it's sad sounding kind of, but it's more uplifting than the kind of despair-driven riffs of the verses. So yeah, the chorus. What do we fear with all our hearts? Why do our burdens tear us apart? Why do we search within our soul? What are the things we are yearning for? I love this because as a Christian, it's a reminder to, what are we looking for our actual hope? What do we yearn for? Are you building your life around the rock of Jesus, or is it on the sinking sands of the culture, the people around you, or what you perceive in your own senses, things like that. So yeah, super good song. And I didn't really think that a horn section would allow you to still feel sad. They usually are uplifting melodies. I mean, that's actually why ska kids put horns into emo music, to make ska, so that they could fight off the depression back then. History.
School.
All right, the next song is called To the Gallows. Very black metal-y. This is one of the songs that I remember the least, honestly, from the album, so it's going to be an experience for me. I just get the tingles whenever he sings. His voice is iconic. Is there a slight tempo shift down there? Oh man. Back to the intro riff. That was a really dark section that I forgot about. Syndra's like the milk that you need to deal with the spicy hot sauce. Like, I need these moments in my songs. The melody is just so amazing. You want to latch onto it. Yeah, that's a slowdown. That's a tempo shift there. I couldn't detect when they sped it back up. Let's see where they do it. Okay, just right there, yeah. Ooh. That sounds like some Opeth solos I've heard, or leads, or whatever you call it. That's cool. Oh, they dropped a beat there. Lies and deception rule the nation, and forcing the world towards a nation. The sovereigns leading the masses astray, forcing gosh. The age of moral decay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't handle it all. It's like almost a Gregorian chant singing vocal, and then the key change up here. Very hopeful sounding. Back to the kind of darker sound. I'm just so blown away by their writing and the decisions with that. It's so Scandinavian, it's so European, but I shouldn't say but. I love that. I love that sound. This is amazing. Oh snap, I do not remember this ending. Those are dissonant notes, right? Oh man, this song really takes you back and forth between a field of flowers and a graveyard. Andreas's high, raspy screams are so dark and awesome. Oh man. To the gallows, underwater, out of breath, struggling to the surface, constant state of panic, looking for a purpose. Sounds kind of similar to the first song, but there's some different flavors here. Lies and deception rule the nations, forcing the world towards damnation. The sovereigns lead the masses astray, enforcing the age of moral decay. So we get some kind of, societal commentary maybe, and the state of, they reference sovereigns here and ruling the nations. So I get the sense that this is talking to, our governments and the problems that we see therein. We've talked about that a lot on the channel recently. And yeah, that it's leading masses astray and it's causing morals to decay. So not great. Like I said, they really pull you between the like really dark kind of black metal sounds and like the, dissonance, like, and it's like just, you feel like, I don't know, you're having some palpitations, and then they bring you to the beautiful melodies, the sun-drenched lands of Invania. Is that a place? It's going to be a place. All right. Next song. This is called Season of Unrest. This song, I'll just give you a heads up. There is one curse word in it. I believe they only say it once, but I think it's because this song was written about Syndra's cancer, his battle with cancer that he battled with apparently years before this album was written, and then it started to come back maybe during the writing process. But either way, he's feeling pretty down. He did not like that battle, and that's what claimed him in the end, right? So anyway, let's hear this song, Season of Unrest. A lot of their riffs have this just kind of driving pulse, but the chords that they chose sound tragic. Just the bass going. That's cool.
Towering clouds over flowering fields, the dawn of a dark season. Unleashed is all that light conceals, challenging sense and reason. The path ahead is deep and narrow, trying to find a way.
This is great footage. I wonder how much of it's AI.
Expanses
That falsetto note, man, gets me every time. That whole chorus was like kind of sound defeated, and then the end, very. It's just a lot more hopeful. This like mid-level that he was doing is way more like vulnerable and raw sounding than his just guttural growl. Like he's not trying to be as low as possible. That sounded vulnerable. That sounded like he was in pain. I don't think this is AI. This is just Norway for you, my goodness. How beautiful. I think the black and white kind of grayscale theme is intentional here. Probably how Syndra was seeing the world during some of this battle. Gosh. Pretty sure these guys were using sax and metal before it was super cool. This just sounds amazing. Very, very stressful, panicked. That was a very restful section, and it was disturbed. Makes sense with the lyrics. The shred on this album is real. I'm pretty sure they did it before in past albums, but this whole album just feels leveled up in every regard. Beautiful falsetto there. A little bit of a tempo change. Back to the intro riff there. wonder who's doing those vocals. Those sounded very different. I don't know if it's like Syndra doing a higher pitched yell. Yeah, with the fade out, I feel like you get a little bit less closure in a way too. So that's very appropriate for the meaning of this song. So yeah, like I said, it's about his struggle with cancer. And so you got these lyrics to start it off: towering clouds over flowering fields. You know, it's supposed to be beautiful and nice. It says here, mortality exposed, vulnerability imposed, normality foreclosed. So that's just really good writing. Yeah, and I close my eyes and bask in flowering fields. It just reminds me of that scene in Gladiator where he's walking through the wheat. That's kind of like his mental happy place, right? Even though he went through a whole bunch of darkness. Dismissing the pain, ignoring what's real, rejecting reality, constructing my own. I don't think he would, prescribe that. I think he was explaining what he was going through, not wanting to face what was real. Burn everything to the ground. So that's, I think, super real. I think the ones of us who have gone through something like this would be able to recognize the humanity in that as well. There's a really interesting line in here. Will I hear his voice? Will he know my face? Is it far what seemed so near? And I wonder if Syndra was referring to God there, to Jesus. I mean, I'm sure he felt very close to death at this point. And even though it was still, I don't know, over a year away maybe, or months, that's still very close. Closer than it is for a lot of people, right? So you want to be known by the Lord. You want to be in that state where you can stand there and address him as your savior, as your brother when you get to heaven. So yeah, some really real lyrics here. All right, next one. At the going down of the sun. Calling and praise. Oh, that's right. I remember this kind of funky riff. I love that little lead movement is helpful to hold on to during all this dark riffage. And Syndra's vocals can just, his singing can just tell you that it's going to be all right. Guide us through centuries, so that's an interesting one. proggy moment too. Progression there. Yeah, this is an interesting one. It seems like it's not referring to the band being the we. The burning flame will guide us through centuries. There's like longer periods of time in view, and maybe larger people groups in view than just these 6 dudes. Those strings. Increase the tension a bit, I would say. Okay. I'm coming back to the melody. It just works really well together. I don't know how you go about writing a song with all that darkness and then all this hopeful melody. Days are gone, the sun no longer sets. That sounds like a description of heaven from Revelation. Oh, I forgot this ending. Very cool. Those notes. Not quite the ending here. Okay. Get the kind of stressful strings coming back. At the going down of your vocals, bro. And then don't let it resolve, of course. So yeah, I get a sense there's something bigger going on there. Like it's referring to, you know, ancient peoples, armies, kings, Vikings. Well, okay, it's saying all of these things are happening. Going down of the sun until the end, days are gone, sun no longer sets, and then after all of that, the burning flame will guide us through centuries. And I mentioned Revelation. God is described as the only light that we will need in the new heavens and the new earth. There's not going to be a sun anymore because God is that very source of light that we'll be able to see by. I'm not saying they're writing it from a Christian perspective necessarily, but I really like some of these reminders as a Christian, and just hearing it set to epic music. That was awesome. All right, we're about halfway through. I'm going to switch to this video. It's got all the songs listed here because I don't think they've got any more videos on their official channel. But this song is called Where the Winds Meet, and it is a banger. It starts off almost creepy, but trust me, it gets insanely melodic. I forgot that move. It's like they got this like driving chuggy, and then it just breaks open and what an intro. Over the mountains and over the deep, the wind howls as the land awakens. And then here, big old change up. Hearts unshaken. A leaf soaring through the air on a peaceful voyage to distant lands, where we will not grow old. Life's journey brings us there, to the place where the winds meet. That lead line, oh my gosh, there's so much. You have to go and listen to it multiple times. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot this part. Got the sextuplets, right? 6 hits between every pulse. Very kind of blackened death metal vibe, but like the melodies are not what you would expect. I lose my mind when there's trem picking that matches up with double bass and it's melodic. I just, gosh. So you got this chaotic lead line that's very nice and happy. Then you got like the singing underneath, and then the big, oh. Oh my gosh. Ah! I can't just accept all of this. Yeah, this song is such fire. You just get a smile back on your face. Oh, back to the happiness.
Hear the cries of the wind. Someone is searching for a new direction, for a new meaning.
Gosh, I did not expect it. The first time I heard it to turn back into this beautiful part at the end. And it caught me off guard in just the best way. Oh, that song is so good. So yeah, I kind of went through some of those lyrics. We have, hear the cries of the wind. Someone is searching for a new direction. So a new meaning, like they're trying to do something different. The wind is blowing. Again, I'm gonna bring in the Christian references. That's partly why you're here, probably, right? When I think of the wind blowing, I think of the Holy Spirit being described that way sometimes, as Jesus mentioned. The Holy Spirit blows just like the wind. You don't know where it's going or where it came from, and so this leaf soaring through the air is moving in a way that you may not expect. But it's described as a peaceful voyage to distant lands. It sounds like the ending of Lord of the Rings or something. And if dreams never fade there, and if we don't grow old there, again, sounds like heaven. Syndra seems to be describing heaven a lot on this album. And I think it was probably on his mind a whole lot more than it's on a lot of our minds. The concept of mortality and this life not lasting, and kind of making relationships right, making your mind right in certain ways as much as you can in this life. There's a lot to be said for that. And again, the path forward for that is to go to the author of our minds, the author of our lives, who is Jesus. So yeah, very, very awesome, hopeful song here. Love that. All right, next, Beyond the Pale. Very dissonant chords here. Let's look along with some of these lyrics here. I forgot. Again. Just comes out of nowhere. Oh! These moments. Beautiful lead line. This sounds like a Disney song almost. It's like show tunes. Oh man. This one's got some very interesting lyrics. When stupidity stands uncontradicted, the senseless define existence. Gosh, it's so epic. The file set out to betray till the villain is crowned. Oh. That was such a sick little solo moment. But yeah, didn't it sound like that part could have been sung by, like, I don't know, Scar's Hyenas or something? Maybe it would be more like the bad guys in Anastasia. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think this is that other vocalist or other vocal style. I forgot about this. And yeah, it comes out just a few times on the album. Man. Now it sounds like we're sinking into the ocean. Wow. A fire that burns and contaminates a wretched soul, flame imperils us all, logic and reason will fail. Again, this seems like a little bit of a commentary on society. Fear assails, reason is swept away. Stupidity stands uncontradicted. The senseless define existence. Unfortunately, the ones with the most power, even if they're really dumb, they kind of get to define existence for us. I don't think this is news to anybody, but ungodly leaders, unrighteous leaders, wicked leaders, stupid leaders, those are a form of judgment on a people, as the Bible talks about in many places. Yeah, this is an interesting song. Wonder what he was thinking about specifically for this one. Okay, this next one, Blood Makes the Grass Grow. I remember when this first hit, when I was listening through this album just front to back, it was like the biggest like moment that I had to date. I don't remember exactly how it goes. I just remembered being really floored, and I'm very excited to go through it again. Ooh, I forgot that little. very Scandinavian kind of melodeath opening here. Oh yes. Another one of these driving boys that's just driving my heart straight to friggin' Valhalla. Wow. Yeah, I think that was kind of like a pre-chorus with all that melody right before this part. Yeah. Just want to floor my car through a mountain or something when I hear this. This is just so cool. Terror, anguish, hurt. I see nothing but death now. But blood makes the grass grow. Oh yeah. I've just been constant chills this whole time. Yeah, this little trem picking part, kind of slow blasting. What sours? The way they can speak with these lead lines and solo moments through this whole album. This. Ah! The dropout, the score, changing the key with the guitars. Holy smokes! Just sounds like a choir, angelic choir. Rampages. Back to that intro riff. Gosh. Yeah, this song is so cool. Ja. That was. This is probably like one of their most self-contained songs in terms of just ending on a Joe Grow. That's not usually how they ended out, but that was so cool. Okay, so yeah, in this chorus part, despair, anguish, all this stuff, and then blood makes the grass grow. So I'm seeing themes of like kind of just looking for the silver lining, right? Like the battle that was fought here is going to lead to growth in the future.
Dwight may have won the battle, but I will win the next battle.
And blood doesn't actually make grass grow. Like don't go doing that on your crops or whatever. But you know, in this one, it's being seen as taking the positive out of it. It's still describing humans as having a wistful gait towards the abyss and at the edge of oblivion. So yeah, it's like there's not a lot to be hopeful about, but at least blood makes the grass grow. There is something to look forward to and stay positive. Head held high. Let's settle the score. This is a really cool epic song. Epic motivational song. There we go. All right, this song, Eternal Waves, I am kind of remembering this being my least favorite if I had to pick one. And also it's coming right before my favoritist. So it's got a hard place to be. Nice pinch there. Oh, there's a violin in the back there, I forgot. Okay, I like that. I forgot about that part. Okay, I was forgetting some of these moments in this song, and this is a grower. This song, I'm liking it a whole lot more right now. Ooh. Forgot about this too. Kind of bringing back the theme. Yeah, this song has a lot going for it. This is a nice little groovy proggy section. Get the brass section back. that Andreas doing that kind of mid-level? Nice. Huge ending. Dang. Bring it back to the kind of happy, sad feel here. Nice. Let the violins take us out. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I do like that song better than I remembered liking it originally. I thought it stood out as kind of one of the weaker songs, but I like it. I think probably part of it's because I didn't get the singing from Syndra that I normally love so much. But some of these lyrics are interesting. Eternal waves to wash away our sins. That sounds not biblical, but obviously getting rid of sins is good. And, you know, there's one eternal source that we can get rid of our sins with, and that would be Jesus. It talks about ceaseless eternal waves and chanting to the rhythm of the tides. This last line at the end, dance to the endless pulse of the universe and surrender to the tide of destiny in the oceans of infinity. That sounds a little more new age than I would expect. And again, maybe they were sharing some of the lyric writing duties between Syndra and Andreas. But anyway, with that said, we are getting into my favorite song on the entire album. I mean, it's really hard to choose, right? Because this song isn't going to be the most like in your face forward, but the level of just tingles that I get from the lyrics and the singing in the chorus makes me want to just lose my mind and just rip a friggin' mountain out of the ground and chuck it somewhere. So this last one, ironically, is called Watch For Me on the Mountain. We are going to close it out with this one. Let's do it. This one starts super slow. It still starts slow. And that pulse is like the slowest song on the album by far. They're foreshadowing with these leads, these lead melodies. Okay, here we go. The transition between this verse and the chorus somehow is, I feel like I'm missing something. It feels like there's so much to it that I can't grasp. But it's so good. Very tasteful 16ths. And this is not either of the singers that I've mentioned already. This is a guest vocalist. I forget his name. But it's very cool, and this is very not what you would expect after what came before it, right? And then they switch to the verse, and again, it feels so seamless. But it feels like they're playing with like keys or harmonies. I had to be quiet for that first chorus. It is just so good. I hope that impacted you. Oh my gosh, I am just so much goosebumpage. I really like these double-length verses. It's just so powerful. I forgot this little part. They switch the panning of those little harmonics. Very cool. I don't think that's a major key or anything, or maybe it is, but like it just sounds so triumphant. Totally different from where it came from, but again, it fits so well. And these harmonized guitars, I just can't. That ridiculous vibrato. And then the... even the little detail of cheers at the end there. Like, guys, how can I convey how much exuberance and energy that gives me? Oh my gosh. So yeah, this song and one of the earlier songs that I'm forgetting right now, Syndra did a great job of like doing the chorus 3 times, but each time was a little different. The first time was a little bit stripped down. The middle time he added a couple more vocal layers or something, or harmonies or different melodies in the background. And then the third time is like just the crescendo, right? They did that with this one. They had the little lead line. I can't imitate that. I'll play it in post if I decide to. I just can't get over that song. It is so different from a lot of metal that I listen to. It's so special. It's just awesome. And looking at some of these lyrics, when the heavens are calling my name, watch for me on the mountain. And when the Creator has broken the chains, watch for me on the mountain. Now this sounds, the last song I mentioned New Age, but it mentions sin. The very end of this song, it talks about following the path of the righteous. Those are not New Age concepts. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot more references to Christianity. Creator breaking the chains. I mean, Jesus frees us from slavery to sin and death. And then yeah, watching for him on the mountain. I'm not exactly sure what that refers to. I mean, it sounds kind of like Moses being up on the mountain talking with God, receiving the 10 Commandments, and the people were terrified. There was like thunder and clouds, and it was just scary, right? But that was like a representation of the law that would crush you if that mountain would fall on you, right? But then this one, I just get themes more of like God's holy mountain and his holy city coming down to earth. And let's see, the mountain in Daniel chapter 2 that grows, which is representative of God's kingdom. I showed my son this song. I showed him the chorus and asked what he thought when he heard it. And he said he felt like he was going up to heaven. And I mean, okay, sure, he heard the word heaven in the chorus, but like the ascendant melodies of that chorus is just so awesome. Even if you didn't hear the word heaven in that, I think you would still consider the consummation of all things at the end of time. So yeah, like I said, good reminder for Christians to watch for our Lord on the mountain of his gospel, his heavenly city. And I really hope that Syndra has gone to be with his Creator and gone before us up that very mountain that he says to watch for him on. And if I may indulge myself just a little bit here, this very day, I hit a 5-pound PR on deadlift, which sounds, not like a huge jump from my last one, right? But that last deadlift PR was 8 years ago. Since then, I got a hip injury. I, have not really been training specifically for powerlifting or anything, but back then, like, I was all about it. I wanted to compete. I wanted to get as strong as possible, all of that stuff. And then I kind of had this hip thing, and, I never really got back up to those levels. Anytime I approached the, levels near my all-time max, it was kind of stressful in my mind. I was afraid of feeling the pain again. So yeah, for anyone into strength building, that coming back after 8 years without super intentional training and then blowing your old PR out of the water was a very unforeseen event. Got me super amped up today. And the reason I bring this up in this video is because my song of choice for that attempt was Watch for Me on the Mountain. And I just was like getting this sense of epic adventures, kingly duties of old, and it just fueled my muscles for the task at hand.
I'm all the Jedi.
No, not like that. It was actually real, and it actually meant something to me. They said in an interview that the word solemn for the album was used to evoke a sense of seriousness and gravity and majesty even. These are things that an older king should aspire to be a good king. And I'm also of the opinion that in our households, we men especially are the leaders of very small kingdoms, very small governments that should be placed beneath the Lord as the true King of Kings, of course. But we are his stewards to use the things that he's given us to lead in our lives and do a good job with. I find myself just getting super powered up listening to this album. And then when you tie in those concepts with catchy melodies, catchy hooky choruses, and things just to get stuck in your ear, it ups the inspiration by a factor of 10x. And that is according to hard science.
Yes, science!
So thank you for checking out such a long video. If you made it all the way till the end, you are a real one. Make sure to pray for Syndra's friends and family during this hard time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.